All rise.
What the?
Yeah, even that guy in the back there. I don't care. Yeah, you picking your nose. Rise. If you're going to pick your nose, the least you can do is stand. And welcome to Mass.
Pick a winner.
Will everyone please be seated? It is now time for a reading from the book of Bro. From the book of Bro, rule number 1. The golden bro rule that everyone knows. Bros over hoes. This rule may be seasoned to taste by bros themselves. Bros over hoes, except at the close. This rule of the bro code is what sets the male gender apart from the female gender. It is the very essence of the bro code and embodies the true awesomeness that is bro love.
Wow, there you have it.
Praise be to bros. Okay, so welcome to the show this morning. Glad you're here for Sunday morning Mass for August the 9th in the year of our COVID 2020. I'm Luke Gallagher.
I am Corvette Ronnie.
And I have pants on.
That's a good start.
Go ahead.
I heard that if the year 2020 was a drink, it would be the colonoscopy juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Have you had a colonoscopy?
Yeah, I had it about, I think about 10 years ago now.
Same for me. Must have been around the same time, yeah.
I'm due.
So am I.
They told me because normally you get one every 5 years. And he told me, yours looks like the pathway to Oz. You're good for 10, so don't worry.
The pathway to Oz, Ronnie? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
the yellow brick road.
It was the yellow brick road all the way from one end to the other. So,
well, speaking of colonoscopy, I'll let you know that we have a mutual friend who has actually been on our show before, Pat Walsh.
I listened to a show the other day.
Yeah, Pat works at the number 1 rated radio station in town for many, many years. He does a evening talk show from 7 until 10, and he and I go way, way back to the O.J. Simpson trial is when our friendship began. That's how long ago. That's got to be 30 years ago?
Man, I don't even remember.
Anyway, it's irrelevant. He was telling me that he had a colonoscopy done this last week. I think it was on Tuesday. And so on Monday, he had to drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And while he was doing that, he was watching our show. So our show, it could be interpreted that our show is a precursor to a colonoscopy.
It helped him along,
I'm sure it freed him up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just know that when you're drinking that sauce, you want to make sure that you always have access to the bathroom. Tell everybody that this bathroom for the next 2 hours is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Do not use it for any reason.
Well, if there's somebody watching this morning who has a colonoscopy coming up, there's kind of a public service message I'd like to give, and that's this. Your doctor will tell you that you need to finish all of that fluid. And I'm here to tell you that that's not exactly the case. And I don't want to get too awfully specific, but I will tell you that if it's coming out clear, you're in the clear.
You're done.
You're done. It's done its work. So, there you have it.
Because I'll tell you, probably it's like a gallon's worth of fluid. And I've heard now that they have some sort of something that is not quite as much, but it has the same overall effect. Like, you know what? It wasn't so much that it tasted awful. It really tasted like stale Gatorade or something, but it's just the pure volume of fluid that you have to drink is over the top.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think they found 3 polyps when I had my last one done, and all 3 were removed, and I was given the golden seal of approval.
Yeah, and I was golden, so I was good to go.
All right, so let's talk about the live chat. The first person in this morning, you're not going to believe it, it's Copper Dan.
Wow. And then Rick Clemenson.
Way to go, Dan. You have a free pass for the entire show today to do whatever you wish.
Yeah, it's carte blanche.
Okay, Matt McGrew is in. Johnny B, good morning to Johnny B over in Poland. This show is seen around the world. I know you're saying how. Well, ask Johnny. Let's see. Good morning says, I can't read that. Shoot.
Shots Canine Treasure Hunter.
Vicky, your wife is in.
Yeah, that's not Jason, is it?
I don't think it is. So. I don't think so.
That might be. Yeah. Good morning, Shots. Vicky, then Randy.
Oh, there's Jason. American Treasure Hunter says, "Good morning, gents."
Oh, so it is.
Yes.
Shots Canine Treasure Hunter. Well.
Mm-hmm.
So Hoolies here.
Vicky says, "Sisters over misters."
Yeah. That bros over hose. You know, the first place I ever heard that is on the Big Brother TV show.
Oh, seriously? I've heard it for years. Yeah.
Oh, well, this was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
This was quite a few years ago. I think they're on their 20-plus year rendition of Big Brother. I don't watch it anymore, but
Matt says he likes the background, Ronnie.
Oh, thank you. It's a major award.
Yeah, Move your head so people can see it. It's there. It's a major award that Men Are So Smart has won, and we're very honored.
Yeah.
We can't tell you what it is. Honestly, we don't know what it is, but we're sure that we've won something. Number one show for colon talk.
Yes. With a bullet.
Literally. Let's see. Hooli, feeling a little awkward as a chica. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But chicas can have colonoscopies.
Sure. We love you just the same.
Mm-hmm.
Jungle Cruiser. Melanie's here. Melanie Dodson.
Hello, Mel.
Kurt Hensley. Sasha. Rick Clemenson. Ken Blythe. David Pisano. Oh.
Sasha says she's watching while she's driving.
That's crazy.
10 and 2, Sasha. 10 and 2.
Actually, it's 9 and 3 now. That's the new thing, is 9 and 3.
Rick Clemenson said he had 6 polyps.
Holy cow.
Was that your first colonoscopy, Rick? Somebody mowing their lawn at 8:08 on the West Coast just hit a root. Yeah, I heard it. It stopped the mower.
Dang.
Ken Bly says, morning, gents. Copper Dan says, have you guys seen Sturgis? It's rocking. Ronnie, that's one of the topics I talked about, on my radio show yesterday. Are you familiar with Sturgis, North Dakota?
Very familiar. In fact, one of my ex-deputy buddies is up there right now. He doesn't like to ride his motor. He used to ride a motorcycle up there every year. Now he trailers it and just rides it around Sturgis.
That is so wrong on so many levels.
You know, though, I get it, because I've ridden my motorcycle one time down to Monterey, we rode to Laguna Seca. I don't know, it was 4+ hours roughly. You want to talk about saddle sores? Oh my God, my butt hurt for a week afterwards. I didn't even want to ride back. I was ready to sell my motorcycle and just hitch all the way home. It's miserable. It was no fun.
Yeah, I have no room to talk. I don't have a motorcycle. I haven't ridden one since I was in college, so I'm 19, 20 years old. Yeah.
Well, your butt's a lot different when you're over 50. I've noted.
Oh, thank you very much. Duly noted. Sasha says, I should say listening while driving. Okay, well, that's
girl.
Cool. Atta girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, 12 o'clock riding dirty.
Oh, yeah. That's one hand right at the very top, one hand not on the wheel at all. So one hand on your gat.
Yeah. Rick Clemens says, no, I've had one every 5 years since 1995. Yeah, 6 polyps. That's a little concerning. What did your doctor have to say about that, Rick? I don't mean to have a private discussion with you during the show, but and if it's too personal, then certainly you don't have to reply.
Yeah, because there are HIPAA laws that we have to obey.
Oh, right, yeah. Not to mention the oath we take as doctors.
Doctor.
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 Doctor. Glad you're here this morning. August the 9th. There, we won an award. Ronnie's pointing to it. On our show today, we'll be doing our Fantasy Draft picks. And that's coming up just a couple of moments from now.
This is one that everybody should be able to, because I know before, sometimes they're like when we did album art,
right?
Some people didn't even know what an album was.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know, and we caught hell for that, holy hell for that too.
Yeah, so this one's a little more inclusive.
Yeah, Sasha said something like, "Why don't you do something from the last 3 decades?" Which is album art cover isn't even, that's 40. That's 4 decades.
Yeah.
Randy Brazil says colon collusion. Sorry about that, Randy. Yeah.
Jungle Cruiser says he's getting ready to take a ride for the day. Couldn't make Sturgis this year. Just have to pretend. Yes.
Well, that's what we were getting at. I did a story on my radio show yesterday about Sturgis, how they feel they really should have canceled it, but they couldn't because it's held on federal land. I think that's what it was. And so the jurisdiction is not with the local politicians, but with the United States government, I guess.
Yeah.
And so they had no choice but to carry on. And they're expecting upwards of 250,000 people who will not be wearing masks. They have signs up in and around the entrance that say, please wear a mask, but it's not mandatory.
Right.
Social distancing, good luck with that. I'm very familiar with Sturgis because I used to watch this show. I know Napa Randy Brazil also is. It was called Full Throttle Saloon. And I think it was like on A&E or one of those kind of semi-obscure channels.
Pretty sure.
It used to it had something to do with the everyday goings on of that bar nightclub, and it's pretty rowdy place.
Yeah. Well, especially outside of Sturgis, I bet there might be a dozen people in there. But during Sturgis, it's as many as you can fit plus 100.
Right.
So
as long as the fire department doesn't notice.
A lot of things get kind of swept under the carpet during Sturgis. So I have seen plenty of video, and my buddy has told me it's a good time. It's typically good, semi-clean fun. So
wow. Yeah, so 250,000 plus. Oh good, there goes the lawnmower again. Because all of our neighbors really appreciate the lawnmower going at 8:14 in the morning.
Oh yeah. So I do this thing. We have some neighbors behind us that are actually, our neighbors are great by and large. But every once in a while, our one neighbors, they'll have people over, a large group of people. I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 people. And they're out in their backyard until maybe like 12 o'clock, maybe like, midnight or so. And sometimes it's not too big of a deal. But we like to sleep with the windows open when that cools down, and they're loud and they laugh, which is great. But hey, take note of the time. So if they do that on like a Friday night, first thing I do Saturday morning at 7 o'clock when it's legal to do it, I start up my weed eater and go around the backyard and trim for 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's retribution.
Little payback.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay, so we didn't get to what our topic would be for Fantasy Draft this week, which we're going to go with the Taco Bell menu board. And I say that because these will be items that you would see when you pull up to order. If it's on there and it's a breakfast item, you can choose that if you wish. If it's a dessert and it's on the board, you can choose that as you wish. So get your suggestions in right now. I haven't even compiled a list, honestly, which I normally do, because I know the menu so well, and I think I can play this game in my head. But just in case, send your Taco Bell menu board items live to us on our live chat, okay?
And I will tell you this also, there is a Taco Bell secret menu, much like In-N-Out has their secret menu where you can order different things. So we're not going to go with the secret menu because I know there are a couple secret items that I really like. They have something called a cheeserito that I've ordered. It's pretty good. If you look up Google Taco Bell secret menu items, there's at least 10 items on there that you can order. I've only tried the cheeserito, but they have another thing called a Superman. Looks pretty amazing.
You know, Ken Blythe says Canadian or American menu board.
Uh-oh. We're going to have to go with
difference?
American. Yeah, that's the only one we know.
I can tell you that when I was a sophomore in high school, I dated a girl who was a junior, and she worked at Taco Bell back in the days when, you know, things were like a taco was like 19 cents.
Yeah, they had a red burrito and a green burrito.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Your house was not that far from that really very original Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's like Lurid's walking distance.
Yeah. I'd go to Taco Bell and I'd order like 10 tacos and I would eat them all.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know if you remember Leanne, but Leanne Richardson also worked at Taco Bell.
You ask me that every time.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
And she would come, I would go to her house after she got off work. I don't know, she got off at 9:00 or something. I go to her house. She smelled like Taco Bell and it smelled so good.
I know.
Oh boy. And she would always bring something home.
Exactly.
I was a green burrito kind of guy back then. So I did love me some green burritos. I also love, this goes way back. They have not had this for years. It was called the Bell Burger.
Oh yeah, somebody mentioned that on the chat.
Yeah, the Bell Burger was just hamburger. You take a hamburger, but you dice it up until the chunks of hamburger are, just so tiny. It was really, really amazing. Oh, that was my favorite thing back then.
Yeah, Jungle Cruiser says the taco burger was the best, but gone now.
Yeah, it was called the Bell Burger.
Taco Bell has recently made some changes to their menu where they deleted several items. And so I know one of them was the 7-layer burrito. So I think we have to say that that's going to be off the table. Because it. Oh. Guess I should have talked that over with you, huh?
I have numerous other items.
Okay. David Paisano says the 7-layer burrito was the best.
7-layer burrito, that was my favorite. And you can still get it. They still will sell it.
Okay.
They know how to make it. And I can't remember. It's like, I don't know, $2.49 or something. But that's what I typically order when I go there is 7-layer burrito now. And I have ordered, like I said, the cheeserito off the secret.
Randy says Taco Bell has a vegetarian menu for people that don't eat meat but still want diarrhea. With all that messy, All right.
Good call.
Okay. You want to do rock, paper, scissors here? Or do you want to come back? No, let's take care of it right now, right off the top, okay?
Okay.
Let me see if I can get inside your head. Look at me for a sec. Okay, I know where to go. All right. So we're gonna close our eyes.
Okay.
All right, and we'll do 1, 2, 3, throw, and then we'll open our eyes. Okay.
Okay.
My eyes are closed. Can't see anything.
Mine are closed.
All right, and ready. 1, 2, 3. Both have paper.
Both. Okay.
That's odd. I wasn't expecting that from you.
Yeah,
So
I
which way are
zigged
you
when
going
you
to
thought I was
go?
going to zag.
I know where you're going. Okay, here we go again. And 1, 2, 3.
Gotcha. I knew it.
You almost knocked my hat off too.
See, because that's why I was in your head.
You
That's
were
what
in my
almost
head.
knocked your head off.
There wasn't enough room in my hat. Okay, Ronnie, so you can go first or you can defer and go second and get 2 picks, whatever you like.
I am going to go first.
Okay, remember, as soon as we complete our picks, we're going to be asking for you, our viewers, to vote on who has the better team of 3. That's what we're going for. We're going to pick 3, and we're going to do it in what we call a snake draft. You know how it goes?
So one of my favorite, like I said, 7-layer burrito is probably my thing. But since it's off the menu,
No, I changed my mind on that. You can pick it if you want.
you know what? It may not be everybody's favorite, and I am trying to build the winning team here. So I'm going to go with my new favorite also, and I've had this 50 times at least at Taco Bell, is the cheesy gordito crunch with Dorito shell. They have the flaming Dorito shell.
Okay, are you writing that down?
Yes.
Okay, because I haven't even got my paper out here. All right, and so Ronnie has made his first pick. It's the cheesy gordito. They do come up with some great names.
A little bit cheesy on this one.
A little,
yeah.
slightly.
Yeah.
Can I have it extra cheesy? Okay, so now the pick comes to me, and I'll get 2 picks. I'll get the second pick of the first round and the first pick of the second round, just like that.
Okay.
Now, Ronnie, you know me well, and I am nothing if not a traditionalist.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead, and I am going to pick first. My first pick will be crunchy beef taco.
That's pretty good too.
Okay, crunchy beef taco. All right.
Okay.
The next up, I'm going to pick the 5-layer burrito. That is still on the menu. I know that to be true.
Yes.
Okay, so now 5-layer burrito.
And in fact, the Superman off the secret menu is based upon a 5-layer burrito.
Oh, is it?
Just so you know. So you would probably like the Superman if you went there and ordered it.
I do enjoy the 5 layers.
Yep.
All right, so now it's back to you, Ronnie, for your 2 picks.
Okay. I am going to go with the steak quesadilla.
That sounds good.
And then this is my dark horse.
Okay.
I think this is going to put me over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Cinnabon Delights. They taste just like a Cinnabon, but they're jalapeno popper size.
Okay.
Oh, and they're only $1. Come on, man. Let's get real. That's the best.
Okay. All right, so Ronnie has cheesy gordito, steak quesadilla, and Cinnabon Delights.
That's right.
I so far have the crunchy beef taco, which everybody loves. I mean, your order is not complete unless you have 1 or 2 tacos in there. I've also picked the 5-layer burrito, which is a relatively new addition to the menu, but man, it is so good with that melty cheese inside. In a delightfully tender tortilla.
He's trying to sell it.
Yep. And finally, my third pick. I'm perplexed here. I could go with the obvious, or I could go with the traditional. And I've got a taco and a burrito. So I think I'm going to go with a burrito supreme.
Oh, that's the classic.
With sour cream. Okay. So, Ronnie, recap.
I've got the cheesy gordito with not flaming nacho or flaming Doritos shell. I have the steak quesadilla, and then for dessert, the Cinnabon Delight.
Okay.
That sauce inside it. Ooh.
Man, I'm starving.
So good.
I have the traditional crunchy beef taco. I have the 5-layer burrito. And I also have the Burrito Supreme. Now, get your votes in right now on the live chat. If you've never participated with us there, today is the day we'd like to have you. It's very simple. Just go to the live chat and type in your comments, type in your votes, whatever it might be. This show is nothing if not viewer-oriented. We really cater to our live crowd in the live chat. And perhaps maybe you watch the show all the time, but we've never heard from you. We would love to say hi to you. So don't hesitate. Weigh in, if you will, this morning, all right? What do we got?
Holy cow. There's 4 votes already, and they're Lou.
Ooh.
Lou. 5 for Lou. Dang. This is getting out of control. 6 for Lou.
Uh-oh, Ronnie.
It's a runaway.
I know.
It's a runaway.
You can't catch that train.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Larry says Lou wins for sure. Christine says, sorry, Ronnie.
Yep. Man. Well, I guess I'm unconventional.
Well, and that is representative of that comment right there, which says Ronnie brought the dessert, so I'm going with Ronnie.
Oh, thank you.
Jason says he's going to go with you.
Oh, nice.
Tisha says me.
Okay, that's another one.
Get your votes in right now, folks. We want it to be even. Even if it is a landslide, we want to make sure it's what the core audience wants in a winner.
Ken Blythe picked me, so now it's 7-3. Yeah, Vicky says I needed to use her picks, which I missed. So
Calperdan says this is a tough one, but those Cinnabites, my choice is Ronnie.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to buy you a set of those, Copperdan. When I see you, I might treat.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a buck?
I'll buy them for you, too.
I can find a buck in my couch cushion, so.
I love how Ronnie offers up to buy them, and Copperdan is like 2,000 miles away. Like that's ever going to happen. But Ronnie stepped up, trying to get votes.
So if you make the drive, you may order actually any one item off the value menu.
As long as it's, 59 cents. Or 19 back in our day. That was about the time McDonald's had hamburgers for 35 cents.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember Taco Bell used to have those like eternal flames?
Yes.
Right out front? But that wasn't too dangerous, was it?
Doesn't seem like it. No guardrail around it or anything.
Yeah, it's fine.
Pick marshmallows and put them over a stick out there, no problem.
Yeah, they didn't care.
Nope.
They didn't care.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and give my concession speech.
Okay.
It's 7-4. I don't think I can overcome that deficit. So,
all right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You pulled it off 1 week in a row.
One in a row. It's about dang time. I can tell you that right now. I do know my Taco Bell. I've been eating there since I was about 8 years old, I think. And the one thing that I love about Taco Bell is when your payday is Friday and you get to Thursday and you need lunch, you can go there and get about 8 items for $2.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you can get filled up.
The most expensive thing would be your drink.
Right. Yeah. Unless you order water.
Right. Which, they tell me the reason that soda prices are so high is not the soda. It's not the CO2. It's the ice. That's where they make their profit margin is on the ice.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I remember back in the days, our high school had an open campus. So we could leave. If you had a car, you could get in your car and you could all drive to a
Mm-hmm.
So we went to Taco Bell almost every day. My gang, we were called the White Rabbit Crew. So the White Rabbits would get into, my buddy had a Volkswagen van,
Oh yeah.
the old bus. Actually,
Mhm.
it wasn't a van. It was called a VW microbus, I think, or something. We'd get into his bus and we would go to the Taco Bell there at Marconi and Eastern. And sometimes I didn't have any money. But what people were willing to do is if I drank 5 packets of the hot sauce, they would give me $1. And so I would drink 10 for $2 and I'm good for lunch. I was set.
David Paisano says Ronnie went to Ridgemont High.
It did. I can't remember if Spicone.
I was going to say Spinelli, but that's a school by my house here.
Yeah, I think it's Spicone.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I think he fell out of a VW bus. Yeah. Copper Dan says he's booking his flight right now for the free food.
Yeah, it ain't never going to happen again, Dan.
Good
so
call.
if you want free food, you better get it while it's hot, literally. Hot in Ronnie's mind. Anyway.
Yes. This offer expires at end of the year.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Spicoli. Yeah, it was Spicoli.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hooli is in this morning. Good morning, Hooli. Glad to see you. Thanks for checking
her last
in.
message got retracted. I wonder what it said.
What could it possibly say? We're talking about Spicoli and we're talking about Taco Bell.
So Copper Dan says he has a fast food story.
Mm-hmm.
His wife and I went to Hawaii 20 years ago, and they had almost no money, ran out of money on day 6 of 7.
It sounds like familiar to me. Sounds like what happened to me.
Thank God for the dollar menu at McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what's funny about Hawaii? They have many of the same restaurants that we have, but if you're super familiar with menu items, everything is more expensive in Hawaii. They
Sure.
bump everything up incrementally.
Mm-hmm.
We went to a Tony Roma's there, and I had been to Tony Roma's a good number of times, enough to know that everything was on the menu was at least $2 more.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I get it. They can't bring anything in by truck. Everything has to be flown over. So there's more expense to it. And I get it.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that they do not have to have trucked in was milk and pineapple, if I remember correctly, and probably sugar also, but everything else has got to be flown in. So it's expensive in Hawaii, and I love it there. I've been, I believe, 6 or 7 times.
David Paisano says you need to do food court at the mall for draft choice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm a little bit at a disadvantage because I haven't been to a mall in probably 25 years.
Well, you'll have to Google it.
Yeah.
See what?
Somehow I'll get by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, Taco Bell is in a food court. It's in many of it's a food court restaurant in lots of the malls. So
Nothing wrong with that.
So Taco Bell's still on the plate.
Yeah. You know what I love from the mall is those pretzels.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
The salty pretzels with mustard. Oh my God.
Yeah, there's a steak place. I can't think what the name of it is. Steak It or something like that. That's in the downtown Plaza Mall. When I worked at the jail, we would go down there and have lunch occasionally, and that was really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing wrong with the food court at the mall.
No.
They seem to have Burger Kings there too, if I'm not mistaken.
And at the other, yes, there are. And there was another one, Hot Dog on a Stick.
Oh yeah.
Was at the mall where they wear the rainbow colored uniforms and yeah.
Matt McGrew says corn dogs.
Yes. Hot Dog on a Stick right there.
Mm.
Steak Escape. Yeah, Vicky got it.
Okay.
That's what it was. Really good. And then there was also Ibarra. Ibarra's pretty good. Oh, well, and Orange Julius. Oh,
Yeah.
David Maizano, we're like right here. You're in my head, dude.
He's on a roll this morning, boy. He must have had some good coffee. In fact, good coffee. I've got some good coffee.
David, might need to start your own YouTube show because I'll be your co-host. We can do the same thing. We're sharing a brain here.
I don't recommend you do that, Ron. Please don't share your brain with anyone.
There's barely enough here for me.
Right.
So.
All right, let's move out of the mall.
Yeah.
And move on to our next topic this morning, which is going to be Joe Biden. He got in some trouble with something that he said, and it was actually pre-recorded, as I understand it. And he was talking about. Wait a minute, I got the wrong mouse there. He was commenting on diversity in the black community, and some say they're worried that blunders could impact support. Here's what he said. This is great. Now remember, this is a man that America is considering voting for. We have 3 months to go until the election. He is still not nominated his vice presidential running mate. And as I said last week about this topic, is that the fact that he's going to, 1, nominate a woman, and 2, that woman is going to be black, that could be not more racist or sexist than I can even imagine.
Right.
I mean, for sure. To say that you're going to pick a woman no matter what, that is sexist. To say that that woman is going to be black, that is racist. And maybe even reverse racism. I'm not sure. I can't wrap my head around that. But here's what he said. I love the first sentence, Ronnie. This is great.
Oh.
What you all know, but most people don't know. Period. Is that a sentence?
In his mind, it is.
What you all know, but most people don't know.
That includes me.
I guess it includes me. In fact, it's all inclusive. Okay, it goes on, and I'm quoting here. Unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things. Could you be more vague? You go to Florida, you find a very different attitude about immigration in certain places than you do when you're in Arizona. So it's a very different, a very diverse community. And I'm trying to find the quote here. We can build a new administration that reflects the full diversity of our nation, the full diversity of Latino communities. And when I mean full diversity, unlike the African American community and many other communities, you're from everywhere, from Europe, from the tip of South America, all the way to our border and Mexico and the Caribbean. People,
It's a statement about nothing.
It really is. And
it's the Jerry Seinfeld of statements.
It's representative of a man who's going to be 80 years old in office. And that's why this nomination for vice presidential candidate is so important. This may be, and I'm not Nostradamus, and I don't claim to be, but there is a possibility that he will either be suffering from dementia or may even pass away in office.
Yep.
And so that goes to show how important the role of vice presidential candidate has become in this campaign.
I mean, let's get it straight though. Donald Trump is no spring chicken either. He's over 70. What is he, 72?
I think so, yeah, 72.
Something like that. I mean, there's a distinct possibility that he could passed away also in office.
Biden's 78.
However, yeah, but Mike Pence he's pretty solid. So, I mean, if you have to base it only on who the presidential choices are, I don't know, because I would say if I were Joe Biden, and thank God I'm not, he was probably going to be leading towards Kamala Harris. And in California, we know very well she is
Train wreck.
That's putting it mildly. Yeah, this country would be led down a road of despair like no other. I don't know. I'm not very hopeful that the Democratic Party is going to be able to throw much together for the election, but
Well, they're ahead in the polls, though, Ronnie.
Right. Well, they were last time also,
weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun to watch.
Well, as much as you love, and it's so near and dear to your heart, the Corvette, Joe Biden had a blunder yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He may have accidentally disclosed the future plans for GM's Corvette in his campaign ad.
Yeah.
The ad was posted on his Twitter account on Wednesday, in which he spoke about his passion for driving, worried about that too, and the prospective market dominance of American automobiles on a global scale. Sitting on the driver's seat of his much beloved Corvette, he said, and I quote, "This is iconic industry." Wouldn't it be "this is an iconic"? How can American-made vehicles no longer be out there? I believe we can own the 21st century market again by moving to electric vehicles. And by the way, they tell me, here it comes, and I'm looking forward to, if it's true, finish the sentence, to driving one, comma, they're making an electric Corvette that can go 200 miles per hour. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding, so I'm excited about it. That's what we want. An 82-year-old president in a Corvette going 200 miles per hour.
Yeah, that makes good sense.
So
well,
they
are actually, there is going to be a hybrid Corvette. It's kind of been released already. The electric motor, because right now it's a rear engine, so the gas motor is in the back, it's over the rear wheels. But if you look at the design of the new Corvette, they have what they call a frunk.
Yeah,
it's
frunk.
the front trunk.
Right.
And if you take the little liner out that's in there right now, there is enough room for a hybrid electric motor. And so they've all but said that, yeah, they're going to make a hybrid four-wheel drive Corvette. So, or all-wheel drive, I guess it would be more like. So that is coming down the road.
Let's back the card up a little bit because people are commenting on the Biden situation. Randy Brazil says, doesn't Joe wear an earpiece? No one is coaching him. He needs someone to tell him what he thinks.
You know what? Both presidential candidates should.
Ken Blythe says, I think what Lou is suggesting, if Joe picks a woman, she may well be running for president in a roundabout way. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yep.
Without saying it. I'm trying not to alienate people. And as I've told you, I am neither a Democrat nor a Republican. Okay, so I'm not pushing anybody. You'll notice I didn't suggest the Republican Party. I just pointing out that the Democrats' person of interest is Joe Biden and who his vice presidential selection will be. That's all. Woman gets men out of issues. We clean up men's messes, says Christine. Okay.
Yeah, she's not wrong.
If Michelle Obama ran for president, I'd vote for her. Wow. Okay.
Is that a woman? I don't know. We're all thinking it.
And you just had the balls to say it. Is that what you're suggesting? All right. Okay. So there's some comments on the political world and Joe Biden and his vice presidential nominee. He's supposed to nominate this person today or tomorrow, I think.
He's gotta do it sooner or later.
He's running out of time.
Yeah, maybe he should just leave a write-in option on the ballot so you can write in your own pick for vice president.
So as not to deter anyone from voting.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea when you think about it.
That's a good call. That's a good call on my part. I should probably be his campaign manager.
But you're retired.
I'm an idea guy, though. So,
you are. You are an
what
idea guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do.
All right. You know what I was thinking about, speaking of cars? I know my radio show is a car program, and I don't mean to make this a car program, but one of the things that I think should be available with all the technology that we have today is when you go out to your new car on Monday morning to head off on your commute to work, and your car is white, but you're feeling a little blue, why isn't there a button that you can push that turns your car from white to blue? Or from blue to red, or any other color comparison?
So check on YouTube. There is a film out there. They do wraps. They do wraps on vehicles. And there is a wrap that they are able to put on cars. I forget exactly what the term is, but it is...
A mood car?
It changes the hue of the car. So I can't remember. I've seen it a while ago, probably over a year ago, because I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and it does change the overall color of the car. I mean, I can't remember. I don't think it can go from white to black, but there are colors in the rainbow that it can definitely hit.
The only thing I can find that would be negative about this is if you did some sort of a drive-through robbery.
Right.
And the teller at the bank says, well, he went through the drive-through and he had a white Toyota Avalon.
Right.
And then you pull out of the parking lot and all of a sudden you turn it to black.
True.
Might be tough to trace. But at the same time, with GPS becoming more and more every day what it is, if you got that license plate number, or if there was some sort of technology for that.
And it's just a matter of time, honestly, until law enforcement is able to pinpoint a vehicle like, hey, this happened at Taco Bell at, 2 p.m. in the afternoon. They'll be able to pull up a list of vehicles that were in that area, because every car, at some point is going to be computerized and going to have a GPS chip in it. At some point, they're just going to be able to say, hey, here's all the cars that were in this area at this time, and this is the one we're looking for, and this is where it is right now. Yeah, Big Brother. It's there. It's going to happen.
It's today. It's happening around us. It's everywhere you go, especially if you have a phone in your pocket.
Right.
You don't have to be in a car.
No. Yeah, if you don't think people are tracking you already, then you are sadly mistaken.
Yeah.
I use an app. I use a driving app. It's like a GPS on my phone. And as I get near to an intersection, all of a sudden it just pops up, oh, by the way, this restaurant has a, free appetizer between, the hours of right now when you're here. Like, yeah, they know exactly. And I actually love this GPS app because there's no ads or anything. Well, I can't say that exactly, I guess, because they do pop up those ads, but it's very accurate, and it takes you around traffic. It takes you around accidents. It's updated live. It's good. But again, they know exactly where I am. And they use live input from everybody that's using the app to determine how fast the traffic is moving. So yeah, it's a necessary evil.
You told me about, what's it called? Waze?
Waze.
Yeah, you told me about it, and I thought I should check that out. And then somebody told me something really negative about Waze. Do you know what that might be? Because I can't recall.
Boy, I don't know. I enjoy it because when I used to work for the Kings, when I did all the bomb searches for the Kings, there are 3 different ways to get to Sleep Train Arena from where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
And I would oftentimes, and so I just plug in Sleep Train Arena and it would take me the quickest way. A couple times, and one of them was, if there's no traffic, one of them was significantly faster. And that would be for me getting on 50 and, going down and getting off that direction, going to I-5. But for one particular day, I didn't plug it in Waze, and I got on 50, and lo and behold, huge accident.
Oh boy.
And so I can tell I'm going to be late, and they usually wanted me there at a specific time because that's when things that needed to be searched started coming in.
Right.
I'm like, oh, here we go. And let's put it in Waze. Waze took me around the accident. I made it there by the skin of my teeth, with not a minute to spare. But it really is. It does take you around accidents, around construction, around traffic. It's updated live, 24/7. So it's a good thing.
All right, not a commercial for Waze, but Ronnie.
Not a commercial. I don't get paid. It's a free app, so
Exactly.
Nobody gets paid for it.
All right, turning to sports, Johnny Cueto of the San Francisco Giants nearly pitched a no-hitter yesterday against the much-hated Los Angeles Dodgers. It came down to like the 8th inning, and a fly ball was hit out to left field where Hunter Pence was playing, and who's usually, if I'm not mistaken, a right fielder. He
does play right field.
Playing left field, and he lost the ball in the dome, the color that's painted on the ceiling of the how is that possible? If the Giants were playing the Dodgers, they don't have a dome.
No, they don't have a dome. Must have been a cloudy day or something.
Yeah, well, he lost the ball. He never saw it, and it landed about 10 or 15 feet over his head.
Oh.
And it was called a hit. Spoiled a no-hitter.
Cueto is, I don't know how half of his pitches aren't called balks. The shimmy that he does, I guess technically, if you step towards the plate, then you can do whatever the hell you want.
Right.
Until you put that foot down. But
he almost fell the other day, Ronnie. I was watching, and he almost fell. And in the same motion, he was able to gather himself up and throw the pitch. It's hilarious.
And it's all about timing. And he mixes up his speed remarkably. And then the pitcher, the hitters really can't time him by his body movement because it's different every second or third pitch.
Mm-hmm.
So he's on to something for sure.
It would seem he's reminiscent of Louis Tiant. Do you remember him?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, of course. He was most notably a pitcher for the Indians. And he would have that same thing where he would turn his back to the batter and no one could, see the release point of the ball coming. And so he was very difficult to hit. Louis Tiant may be a member of the Hall of Fame. I'm not exactly sure. I think he might be. Yeah.
Holy cow. That must have been during the late 80s, maybe. I wasn't watching a lot of baseball back then.
Then there was also kind of a scuttlebutt yesterday during NASCAR. They're racing twice this weekend. Once yesterday and once today. And I guess Harvick and Kyle Busch got into it because Kyle Busch believed that Kevin Harvick had bumped him in the rear and got him loose, which I thought was considered to be just a racing thing.
Right.
But I saw the replay, and Kevin Harvick never touched him. Never touched him.
It was, if he did, they looked at both vehicles. There was no damage. There was not a rub mark on either vehicle. And then they showed the replay, and they zoomed in, and it was, oh my God, close. You could not have fit more than 3 pieces of paper between the cars. But you know what? You don't have to bump somebody to get them loose.
Right. And
so
this was nothing more than what you might have observed to be side drafting, which is another thing we've been talking about a lot.
Yeah. Well, and I think if anything, I think Bush may have come down on him more than Harvick went up into him. So, I mean, it was a bang bang play. It was really close, but yeah, he lost a lot of momentum after that happened.
All right, let's talk a little to our live chat folks. Vicky, your wife says, I track my daughter when she's traveling. Does she know that, Vicky?
Yes.
Rick Clemenson says, I use Waze all the time, WAZE, if you're interested.
Yep.
Let's see. Vicky, Randy Brazil says, Vicky, I also track my daughter and wife in case of emergencies. Cloak it whatever you want, Randy.
Right.
You're spying is what you're doing.
That's stalking. Let's cut and chase here.
Anything with the speaker can track you, says Jason Northface.
Yeah.
Allow Google to record. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
About Louis Tion, I think he said former KC Royal player. Matt McGrew says, yes, Lou. Christine says, boring. Baseball is boring. I watch hockey and football. Baseball is the greatest sport that ever lived. Let's see. Get a life. Baseball is great, says Matt.
I watched some hockey yesterday.
Did you really?
I watched the Golden Knights and the Avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
So that may be my new favorite. I'm not sure.
You know,
it's exciting.
Otis weighs in very late in the show today. Of course, we just got a couple of minutes left. And he says, thumbs up, people. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Tell a friend. Mass is a great show. Thank you, Lou and Ronnie. Signed, Otis. Yeah, if you haven't, subscribe to our show. We had kind of a rough week, Ronnie, to tell you the truth. I think we had 3 people that unsubscribed and 2 people that did subscribe. So
but then we had a whole bunch of people that watched the show from a month ago.
Yeah, July the 12th. There was like 256 people that came from out of nowhere to watch that show.
Very strange.
I was telling Ronnie that was the show before we took a little vacation around my birthday. So It was July the 12th, I think, that we did our show. And that's the one that was extremely popular, but we can't figure out why.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Because it was a show about nothing. It was a Seinfeld show.
Christine says, I fall asleep watching baseball. David Paisano says, I fell asleep watching a Gypsy's Kiss. They still get a mention on our show. How's that possible?
Are they still doing a show?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I've been blocked and booted, so I don't watch.
You're an instigator is what you are.
Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Truth. Yep.
All right. So that'll bring us to the conclusion of our program today. This has kind of been a show about all kinds of different stuff.
We've been all over the map.
We have. We hope that you've enjoyed it and it hasn't been too scattered brain for you. We do this for you every Sunday morning, except for next Sunday. Yeah,
next Sunday. So it's supposed to be the next weekend in the hundreds here, which we get, maybe like a dozen or 15 a year, days over 100. So next Sunday, I'll be out at our gun range, the sheriff's range, doing some training all day in the heat, and it's supposed to be over 100 next weekend. So I've got that going for me, which is nice.
Yeah. Especially with all the gear that you have to wear.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I
can only imagine.
Like gangs of water. I'm actually going to wear long sleeves just to keep the sun off of my skin. So long sleeves, and I got a big, I forget what they call them. It's like a boonie hat. It's like a military hat. So the only thing that could save me is if I get coronavirus between now and then. So
Well, you know what? You got a 50-50 chance if you get tested.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends on what time of the day you get there. There's an awful lot of false positives.
True. Yeah. Which I'd be fine with a false positive.
Yeah. Get you out of that day of working anyway, huh?
Yep. And I'd put it off till about, like maybe November. So.
All right. Anything else that you on the live chat would like to know? This would be a great time to ask a question. I've got just a small amount of time left in the window here. You know who's always good with good questions is Tisha McGrew.
Yes.
She always has a question that takes me about 15 minutes to answer. If you were a tree, evergreen. Oh, that signifies the end of our show right there. Ronnie's
there we go. Yeah,
grandfather
there it is.
clock.
The grandfather clock's going off.
Otis Magoo, I'm in Colorado helping my daughter move, doing my best to keep up. Guys, it's been busy the last 2 weeks. I've been watching. Thanks, guys. Melanie says, thanks, guys. Tisha says, favorite tree. I beat you to it this time, Tisha.
Yes. When Christine Kenzie, she just got a shirt. I mailed it off last week from us. So, yeah, order some shirts. They're still available. $19.98. It's a bargain.
Now, look, a caveat.
Or 2 for $40.
2 for 40, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
A caveat to this is some people, when they buy this shirt, would like to have it autographed. And in order for us to do that, we have to charge more money. And you're saying because your autographs are so important? No, not at all. Tell them, Ron.
It's because it has to be shipped from
Colorado.
Got to be shipped there to us first. Then we sign it, and then we have to pay to ship it off again.
Yeah.
So there's double shipping charges in there. So that's the only thing you're paying extra for.
And here is, oh good, you can't read it. This is the one that Christine's shirt came in, and it's from Justin. And I can tell you that he paid $8.25 postage on this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, Ronnie had to pay $4 and some odd cents to ship it to
About
Christine.
$5.
So don't get it autographed. It's nicer if you just wear it the way that it is. And people will ask you about it. I guarantee it.
There's a downside because I have several autographed shirts, but you can't wash them. You'll lose the autograph on the second washing for sure, and it's going to look like hell on the first one. It's just going to look like a stain. So,
yeah,
autographs are, they have their place. I have some 49ers autographs on jerseys and whatnot. So,
but they don't get washed.
No.
Okay. Christine says, Ronnie, send me the shipping bill.
Nah, we got this one.
Okay. She says saving forever. Okay, cool. And I think that's about it, Ronnie. I think we can safely get out of here this morning and get about our day.
We've covered it all.
Okay, good. If you haven't,
we've literally been from one end to the colonoscopy, which is the other.
Well put. Well put. A very astute observation. All right. If you haven't done it already and you'd like to learn more about us or see some photos or answer a survey, which has no repercussions whatsoever. We don't try to sell you anything or sell your email address, nothing like that. But there's a survey on our website, which is menaresosmart.com. And we don't make any money off the website. It's just there for you to learn more about us and have some fun, leave a few comments. Once again, our website is menaresosmart.com. So go there today, maybe right after we get off the air here, and check it out and send a comment or send a survey, whatever it might be. We'd enjoy that. You can find our Facebook page. That is, ironically enough, at Men Are So Smart. Our email addresses, I'll give you mine first. It's Lou, L-O-U, at menaresosmart.com.
And mine is Ronnie, R-O-N-N-I-E, at menaresosmart.com.
All right. Give the episode a like. Just give it a thumbs up. We would appreciate that. We'd love to see a bunch more this week. And it appears that we have 18 people in the chat room right now. I think last week was 14, so that's a good thing.
Nice.
If you enjoy this program and its versatility and diverse backgrounds, tell a friend and subscribe to the channel. It's very easy. Doesn't cost a thing. The worst thing that's going to happen by subscribing is you'll get a notification each time we do a new show. And I can tell you that you don't really even need that. We do them on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. Pacific time. It's called Sunday Morning Mass. And I'll tell you something. We do these shows, and I'm through. Once we turn off the cameras, I'm through. I'm done. I don't need to see the show. But my wife loves to watch a replay of the show later in the afternoon. And don't ask me why, but she seems to enjoy it each and every week. So
watch what you say about your wife during the show.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever said anything bad.
No.
And
there's nothing bad to say about your wife.
No,
your wife
that's never been my intention. Maybe in a joking sort of a way, I'll say something that's kind of sexist or whatever. But
my wife.
Yeah, you kidding me? I'll tell you. That's right. Tisha was telling me she loved the impersonations that we had last week. We did Yogi and Boo Boo.
That's right, Boo Boo.
Hey, Boo Boo.
Get a picnic basket.
Picnic basket. All right, I'll tell you. There you go, Tisha. There's some impressions for you. Okay, so I've told you all the stuff. You can get a T-shirt if you like. Subscribe to our channel. That's going to about do it for Ronnie and I. We are out of here. I'm Lou Gallagher.
Yep. I'm Corvette Ronnie.
And we'll see you on the next Men Are So Smart. Bye-bye, everybody.